Hello, 7th grade. Today is Thursday, May 7th. And today we have a couple of things that we need to do. So first thing, let's look at our agenda or our announcement. 11 o'clock, we will have a Google Meet. Please be there. Part of your classwork grade has to do with attending your Google Meets. Asking questions on the stream, all those things help you get that 4 for a classwork grade. Especially if you're struggling with doing the classwork, by coming to the meetings and posting questions, those will help you bring up those grades for classwork. Also, make sure that you are posting any questions on the stream, but also if you can answer any of the questions on the stream, please do. Help your peers out. Sometimes having an explanation by a classmate makes a little more sense. So please reach out to each other. Okay, today for classwork, again, you go up to the classwork, you have your notebook out, we pull up the lesson. Nope, I'm on the wrong day, I am sorry. Go down to Thursday, pull up the lesson. Write down today's date on your notebook, Thursday, May 7th, and you are going to follow the lesson and do all the problems in your notebook. So let's take a look at our lesson. So here we go. So our target is I can reassess my understanding of inequalities by completing a spiral review. So part of the problems that we had on the benchmark assessment was doing expressions and equations with inequalities. So that's what we're going to look at today. So our warm-up is, and this was the question that we had on the assessment, was Brian answered the question by choosing A. He was marked incorrect. What could he do to check his work? And the question was, a coach of a baseball team orders hats for the players on his team. Each hat costs $9.95. The shipping charge for the entire order is $5. There is no tax on the order. The total cost of the coach's order is less than $25. Which inequality can be used to determine the greatest number of hats, H, the coach orders? So again, our unknown is the number of hats, so we're going to use the letter H for that. And Brian chose B, but that was incorrect. So let's take a look. Which inequality can be used to determine the greatest number of hats? So to choose the correct equation, we can use process of elimination since it is multiple choice. So let's look at the key words. We have less than. So right away we can eliminate A and C because those are greater than. So that's done. And then we have eliminated, So now we have to choose between B and D. So it says in here, each hat costs $9.95, and the shipping charge for the entire order is $5. Now that's telling us we have a one-time fee of $5, and then for every hat, which we don't know how many hats we have, we're spending $9.95. So we're going to take $9.95 times the number of hats plus that $5. So that would be D. And you can read everything that's on here when you look through your lesson. Okay, I'm going to go past. So now, when it's multiple choice, we can use process of elimination using your knowledge of keywords. So remember the other day, well, we didn't do an inequality, but we had the whole list of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and words that matched up with that. And so here are, if you remember, we did this early in the year, symbols for less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So here we have another problem. Kayla has a rewards card for Dave & Buster's Arcade. She receives 45 points for becoming a rewards card member. She earns 10.5 points for each visit to the arcade. She needs at least 165 points to earn a free hour game card. So let's take a look. So if we look at our words, first of all, we see here that it says she needs at least. So if we go back to that list of words and we see what it means, at least shows up down here at the bottom with the greater than less than symbol. So she needs at least that amount, but she could have more than that amount and she can have exactly that amount. So we are going to use the greater than or less than symbol. And that means, and this is where it gets tricky, that means the amount here that she spends can be greater than or less than $165. So the equations are written in the opposite way. And that's how we rewrote them in the way that we usually think of it. And then we can eliminate B, we can eliminate A, and we can eliminate D, and we didn't have to do any work other than that, other than the first step of rewriting them. Okay, so here are your co-constructed steps. First, identify the keywords to choose the correct inequality symbol. Step 2, identify the other operations to be used by looking for keywords and define your variable. And step 3, put it all together and write your inequality. So there's a few more in here for you to do, and I'm not going to go through them I'll go through this one, and then the rest of them you're going to do on your own, and you're going to follow the lesson. So here it says you have $20 to spend on taxi fare. The ride costs $5 plus $2.50 per mile. Write an inequality to determine the distance in miles, D, you can ride for $20. So I'm pulling out my pen. And the first thing I want to do, let's look at our steps again. Identify the keywords and choose the correct inequality symbol. So I look here and I have a keyword that we have plus, which means I'm doing addition, and per mile. So if I have plus is addition, and then we have $2.50 per mile. Well, per is telling me to multiply, and I don't know how many miles, so the problem tells me to use D. So I'm going to write over here, D equals number of miles. Okay, and when we had the plus, it said the ride costs $5 plus the $2.50 per mile. Then the other word is write an inequality to determine the distance in miles that you can ride. So the other part was you have $20 to spend. So can we spend more than $20? And I would say no. So I'm going to use $20. And my inequality, I can spend $20, but I can't spend more. Actually, let me rewrite this way. So I'm thinking of less than or equal to 20. So now I put it together. I take my 5 plus my 250 times D. So there's my equation, or my inequality. So let's take a look here. This is a little more detailed. So first, identify the keywords. So we said less than or equal to 20. Then we identify the other keywords to define our variable. So 5 plus 250 per mile. So we have that one-time $5 charge plus the $2.50 times the number of miles. And then here's our inequality. So it's not easy, but it's not really hard. You just have to take your time. So please take your time on it. Finish the rest of the problems in here because there's a couple of other problems. And Then you have an assignment to do, a classwork assignment, which is right here. You're going to make sure you open it from the classwork tab in Google Classroom. It's a Google form. You're going to answer all the questions, and then you're going to make sure you hit submit and then submit a second time. Take your time, use all of your resources, and good luck. I will hopefully see all of you at 11 o'clock today during our Google Meet. Bring all of your questions. Bye.